Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a necklace using products from Sam's Bead Box and my own stash. Sam's Bead Box is a monthly subscription box. It is $39 plus shipping. It is all check glass and gemstone, and it is a great value. I have a coupon code. It is Wendy ! That would get you $5 off of your first box. So if you're interested, I will have all the information in the description box below this video. But today, our encouraging word is start each day with positive thoughts. And I love this picture of this little marshmallow swimming in this hot chocolate, I guess, or coffee. I don't know, but they look so zen, don't they? But yeah, start each day with positive thoughts. It really kind of does make a difference how you start your day. I think the way the whole rest of your day goes. So here we have Sam's Bead Box, and today I'm pulling out an eye pin, or a head pin here. We're going to need a head pin that I neglected to get out, so there it is. We're going to be using a head pin. Along with that head pin, we're going to be using, so let me see, this is the check glass table cut oval in purple silk. This is 26 by 15 millimeters. Okay, so we're going to be using this. We're going to make a necklace and earrings, actually. I neglected to mention the earrings, but we are going to make them too. We're going to be using this piece of memory wire. Now, this is just the regular bracelet memory wire. And if I measure this across from the fattest part to the fattest part, it's 2.5, or a little under 2.5 inches. Okay, and then these I have cut into these real crescent moon shapes, and the top of these measures right at 2.5 inches too. So the top of this one, from one piece to the other on the top, is right under 2.5 inches, and then the top of these is right at 2.5 inches. So you can cut your memory wire the same if you want, or you can do it a little different. It depends on how big you want your piece to be. But you need 2 pieces for the earrings and 1 for the necklace, okay? I have got 2 ball post ear wires here. I have a bunch of these wavy spacers. These are really cool. I think I got these at Michael's maybe, but they're really pretty gold, and they're going to go really good with what I'm doing here. So I'm going to be using a bunch of those. You can use any spacers that you have. And then we're going to be using these beautiful, these are the check glass English cut blueberry jam 8mm beads. Oh, I thought those were so pretty. These beads are the Rolo beads that were in the bead mix. So he had a bead mix winter morning, and these are the Rolo beads that I pulled them out of that. Okay, and then we've got 2 of these ripple diamonds. So these are the check glass diamond in purple ripple. We're using 2 of them. And then we're going to be using these check glass brio drops in lavender amethyst luster. And look at these. These are so pretty. We're going to be using a bunch of them. Okay, so I've got all that. I have a couple jump rings. I have a lobster clasp. And then I have 2 lengths of Rolo chain. I've already hooked them together. Well, they came like this, hooked together at the top with a lobster and a ring. So you'll need whatever kind of clasp you want to use. But I have 2 lengths of this Rolo chain, and it is right about 12 inches from top to bottom. Okay? All right. And you may need a couple jump rings. And I think that's everything but your tools. If there's anything we missed, we'll deal with it when we get there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make our pendant piece. So I am going to take a pair of round nose pliers, and I'm going to take the memory wire here, and I'm just going to make not a very large loop, but I'm rolling it outward. Okay, so if you can see, just like this, I'm going to roll this loop outward until it connects back with the memory wire. And I'm just going to do one side. I'm not going to do the other side because we got to put the beads on. So we're going to use our brios. We're going to use some of these. We're not using these. These are going on the earrings. We're going to use a few of these Rolos and a few of these English cut beads. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. I am going to start with a spacer bead. and then a brio. And I'm going to repeat spacer bead and brio for quite some time here until we get just a little short of halfway around this, okay? And as you can see, when these are tight on here, look how they're gonna lay. It's gonna be really cute. They're just kind of all over the place. It's gonna be a fun little necklace. Okay, so I'm just alternating spacer bead and brio, and I'm stringing the brios right on here, not worrying about wire wraps or anything like that. It's my favorite way to do a brio. I hate wire wrapping briolets. I end up always breaking the top for some reason. I just can't do it right. Okay, so we still need to keep going. We want to come all the way around, or not all the way around, but more around than this. Sorry, I just got distracted. I saw my son popped up. Logan texted me, so I'll have to check that here in a minute. And see, when you push these out, how cute they are. They just kind of go everywhere. So cute. So let's see. Still not enough to the middle. So let's do one more spacer brio. Okay, I'm going to do one more spacer. Then I'm going to do a Rolo bead, one of these guys. I'm just trying to make a little middle section here that's a little bit different. A Rolo bead. Okay, a spacer, English cut. Yeah, I think, is that going to work out or not? Let me look here just a second. I am just a tad bit too far, I think. So let's go back. Let's take off that second Rolo bead and do spacer, English cut. And then we want to mirror what we just did down this side, because when we hang our pendant piece, it's going to go right here between these two English cut beads, and we want it to kind of mirror back up the other side. So I'm just putting two English cut in a row. Then I'm going to mirror right back up the other side. I'm going to do a spacer, a Rolo bead, a spacer, okay, and then a brio, spacer, brio, spacer. How many brios do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 2. Here's 3. Whoops. 3. 4. 5. I hope I have enough wire here. May not. I may have to take one off. 6. 7. We do want it to be tight. We don't want it to be loose in any way, so it's going to be close. And 8. Let's see if I have enough room to roll the loop back. I'm not sure that I'm going to, but I'm going to try it. Okay, yeah, I may have enough to do this loop here. So that's going to cut it real close though. But that's good, that's good. Okay, and I'm rolling the loop back just like I did on the other side. And you got to get, this bead cannot be coming up inside there, so I've got to get it to where it's under, right on top of that bead. Which is going to make for a small loop, but that's okay. Alrighty, there we go. So here is our little pendant piece, and if you see what I did it wrong going back the other way. See what I did? So I'm going to have to redo it. I goofed this up right here in the middle. I guess I wasn't paying attention. That text distracted me. So I'm going to try and see if I can just unroll this. Straighten it out enough to get these beads off. Okay, this is what you do if you make a mistake. You take things off and you redo it. But this is kind of good because I was really close there anyway. So what I did is I did this brio and this English cut, a spacer, English cut, and then I was going to do another English cut, and I need to do a spacer and an English cut, okay? But I ended up not doing that. So we're going to take this off. So this is a good lesson for those that, this is what happens if you mess it up. You just redo it. So this time I'm going to do 7 instead of 8 of these. And I'm going to do, leave off one spacer as well. And that's going to help it fit a little bit better so it won't be so tight. I mean, it needs to be tight, but you want it to be, you want to be able to close it up. So brio, spacer, brio, spacer, brio. Spacer, brio. So we've got, there's 4. I actually may just do 6. Here's 5. Spacer and a brio, and then let's look. And here's 6. Okay, so let me look at this. That is still very much up that side. So we're going to do one more. We're going to put 7. Spacer and a brio. Okay, so I've got 7 here. Now I'm going to do another spacer. I'm going to do my Rolo bead. Okay, I'm going to do an English cut bead, a spacer, an English cut bead, and then another English cut bead. And here's where I messed up before. I didn't do my second English cut. I did a spacer and then I started back with my Rolos, but I've got to have another one to mirror the one on the other side. So there it is. So now my middle piece looks right. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so Rolo bead, and then I will do, let's see, my spacer and my seven spacers and brios. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we end with a brio. Just like that. That is a little bit better. And everything is symmetrical in the middle. So we're going to come up here. And I know this is a little bit shorter, but when you hang this, it's going to come back around. It'll be just fine. I am going to trim just a tad bit of this off with my memory wire cutter because I don't really need quite that much. Okay, now we're going to roll this loop back. I think I even trim just a tad bit more, but this will be good. Okay, roll your loop back. Make sure that it is on top of your bead and it is not, your bead's not going to float up in there because believe me, they like to do that. And there we have it. So there's our piece. Now these can flip however they want to flip. I don't really care. I think they're really cute, just kind of like that. Okay, so now we're going to make our middle piece, and it's going to hang right in here in between these two. And we're just going to do that using this one right here. And I think I'm going to do a briolette. Oh, no, I'm not. It won't stay on the bottom. Will this stay on the bottom? That will. So I'll do that and a briolette, or a Rolo bead, sorry. Does it need that? I don't even know that it needs all that on there. Let's see. I do have some little gold spacers here. I might use one of those, a little 4mm spacer. I think that's going to look a lot better. Yep, I'm just going to do a 4mm spacer on the bottom and one on the top, and we're going to make a wrapped loop. So I'm going to go 90 degrees here. I'm going to go up and over, rotate my pliers up, and go under here. Now, I have to put this on before I finish wrapping the loop. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert it right on here. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to grab it right here with my pliers. I may need to use my needle nose pliers to get in between there. going to grab it right up in here. It's kind of fiddly, but you can get it if you try real hard. And then I'm just going to wrap. I'm going to take the plier here, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap right around 2 or 3 times. Right around here. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to trim this right off. And how's that looking? That looks pretty cute. Now see my little briolet here. He's trying to get up in the loop, so that's one thing you have to watch. I didn't get my loop closed good enough, so let's scoot him back down. I have to scoot him over this way a little, but just get that loop up underneath. You don't want him going up in your loop. Okay. And it is fine for it to be tight because you want these to sit like they are. Now this one is a little crooked, so I can straighten this up right here. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So now we're just going to take our Rollo chain, and it's going to hook up either side here. So I'm going to open my Rollo link, and I've already put my clasp and ring on. It's just a lobster, so I'm just going to insert this right in here. You know, this Rollo link might be a little bit big for that loop, so I'm probably going to use a jump ring instead. Let me just close this back up. I think that would hang better if I just use a jump ring. Okay. So I'm just going to hook it right on with this, because this jump ring's not quite as, that Rollo is really kind of fat, wide, and I just don't want it to make it hang weird. So let's put this right on here. Close it right up. Okay. And other side. Now you can use a smaller chain if you want. I didn't really have a smaller one that matched this really well. This is kind of a lighter shade of gold, or it's not really rose gold. It's not really KC gold. It's kind of a weird gold. And this is the only chain that I had that matched. But probably, if I had one that matched, I would use a little bit smaller chain, but this is okay. So here's our necklace. Now our earrings are super easy. They're basically the same thing. We're just going to take our wire. We are going to bend it out in a loop, just like we did on the last one right there. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and load everything on our wire here. Now we're going to use these little guys for our midpoint drop to match this. So actually you're going to need a couple more jump rings. I just pulled one out, but grab or not jump rings, but head pins. Grab a couple more. See if I have the longer ones, because I like to do wrapped loops on these. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do our brio, our spacer, brio, spacer, whoops, brio, spacer. Okay, we're going to do our Rollo bead. We're going to do a spacer, an English cut bead, and then another English cut bead, and we're going mirroring it back up. So spacer, Rollo bead, and then we've got 3 brios alternating with spacers. So I'll do my spacer, brio, spacer, brio, and spacer, and brio. Okay, now what we need to do here is, if you can see, this hook or this loop is facing out to the side. we need this one to face forward so that when we put this up, we're going to bend this up like this. They can clasp together. Okay, does that make sense? I hope so. So, again, I've got a little bit too much wire here. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off. And then I'm just going to take this loop, and you can actually roll it forward or back. I'm just going to roll mine back like this. Okay. Make sure that it's closed all the way so your beads don't go up in it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to open this one a slight amount. It's already open just a tiny bit. We're going to open it a little bit more. We're going to take this one and we're just going to hook them together. Whoops. Let's see if my little brios will stay out of the way. This is always a little bit fiddly, but just hook it right up in there. Get your dog or your cat to hold it for you. Or your plier, whatever you gotta do. I always have so much trouble with this part, but it turns out really cute. It's worth it. Worth it in the end. Okay, and there we go. We got it right in there. And then we're just going to take our plier and close that hook back up, that loop back up. Okay, so just take it. Don't come undone on me now. Don't come undone. It's wanting to. Get my plier in there and get that closed before it comes back open. There we go. Nope. Didn't get it. I thought I did. I thought I rolled it down. Struggle is real. And memory wire too is so, just does not want to bend. So it's not wanting to close, but keep trying, you'll get it. It's important to get it closed all the way, because if you don't, it will come undone. It will not stay like this. There, I think. There we go. Got it that time. Alright, so just make sure that both of your loops are closed really good, that are hooking together right there. Okay, and here we have it. Now those two are going to fly up. I just think they're cute like that, the way they go in and out. I don't know, you guys may not like them. I think they're pretty cool. You can have them lay however you want. Okay, we're going to take our middle piece here. And we're going to put our eye pin on, or our head pin on. It's not wanting to go on there. Why do you not want to go through the bead? Is it just that bead, maybe? Where's my other one? Or is my head pin too thick? Nope, it's just that bead. I'll have to grab a different bead. Alright, we're going to 90 degrees. We're going up, over, whoops. Rotate our plier, come under. Go ahead and insert it onto your memory wire. And just make it go, it will. You might have to open your loop a little bit more. I think I'm going to have to open that up just a tad. Now it should go. And you could hang it on with a jump ring. I just kind of like to do the wrapped loop on them. There we go. Grab it with your plier. Take your other plier and wrap. Okay. I love these. I think they're cute. Now this we are going to put on with a jump ring, because I think it would be really, really difficult to try to get it on those memory wire loops without one. So let me grab another one. I thought I had two out here, but apparently I do not. Grab 2 little jump rings here. And we're just going to put it right on there. Now some of these ball head, some of these, what am I trying to say? Ball post ear wires, those, yes. Some of those open, the loops do, but this one does not. So I've got to make it go on there. So we're going to hook our jump ring through the loop here and through the loop here. And there is our little earring. Now if you're hanging sideways, which I am, you can either put another jump ring on, which might be easier. It may be easier to do 2 tiny ones. I don't think this one opens. I wish these did. That's really kind of frustrating because you do hang it on and it's going to be sideways. Or you can try to turn your memory wire loop, which is really difficult. So let's just see, let's just put another jump ring on. These actually, because we're not using fish hooks, they can be a little bit dangly. So I'm going to just get 2 tiny jump rings. I've got some little tiny, like 3-4 millimeter ones in here. I think they're closer to 3 millimeter. They're very small. And because that loop is the way it is, and because that loop is facing the way it is, we're going to have to use 2. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult. It would be hard to turn this memory wire loop. I don't think I want to try to do that. So let's just do it this way. Okay. Then we'll grab our little guy. It's so hard to see where the cut is on these sometimes. There it is. It's not where I wanted it to be. On the bottom. Okay, and then if you put your ear wire on, it's going to hang right because you've got your loops facing the right way now. So there it is. I think those are cute. I don't know, some people may not like them, but I love the way these pop out. So there is our necklace and earring. Now, I'm going to obviously make the other earring, but I'm not going to put you through watching me do it again because I know it was kind of frustrating. And you can make those poke out that way if you want. You can make the bottom ones come in and the top ones poke out, however you want to do it. I just think they're kind of cute, all kamikaze like these are. So I'm going to go ahead and make the other earring, and then I will put them on a form so you can see them.